what's going on guys? Arekkz here. Welcome back to another video for Monster Hunter Rise, and in this one we are talking about the Gunlance because today's focus from the Capcom videos are of course Gunlance and Insect Glaive, looking incredibly cool. And I've got to say, I like, especially for Gunlance and Lance, how we've seen that Wyvern gives them so much more like movement and maneuverability options. So this is looking very cool. But let's not waste any time. Of course, if you guys do enjoy this, a like would be super appreciated. And be sure to keep it locked because while we are getting close to the end, we have still got a few more exciting weapons to look forward to. But to begin with, starting off with the intro montage, we of course see the hunter wearing the great baggy gear, which of course confirms the return of that monster. We kind of already knew that from the last trailer because we saw the smaller baggy in the sort of ice tease area where they sort of teased Kezu. So we kind of knew that, but now seeing the armor set here is all but confirmation that the monster is returning. Now if we jump over to the very first gameplay clip, this one we see a charged shell into a worm state cannon. This of course confirms that worm state cannon is returning. Interestingly, the sort of animation when the worm state cannon is inside the monster seems to be a lot more like over the top. You see these sort of sparking explosions like literally their way all the way around the monster, and of course you then see that final explosion, but that of course confirms the return of that was introduced in World. Jumping over to the next scene, we of course have a couple of the charge shots into the overhead slam, which of course then leads into the ability to go into full burst. So seeing that there, pretty cool. We then go to look at the Wyvern blast, and the most exciting thing here is that it seems now whilst charging this, you actually do get super armor, which is incredibly useful because that is a time where you would quite easily have been knocked over in the past. So the fact that you can actually stand behind your shield, firm the attacks, quite whether you confirm every attack or whether it's just certain attacks will of course remain to be seen. Whether you get one of those crazy powerful ones, we'll have to see, but there's literally no flinch there. It's not even like a subtle flinch. It's literally you are an immovable force. So that's going to make landing that attack so much more convenient. But we then jump over to a couple of the Wirebug Silkbind moves. The first one is the Hail Cutter. Now the official description on the website says steal your lance, revive your cannon. It says perform a rising slash and then an overhead smash. Each usage reduces the cooldown time for Wyvern Fire. I realised I said Wyvern Blast earlier. There's so many damn Wyvern ammos, it gets hella confusing sometimes during these videos. But anyway, Wyvern Fire. Now interestingly here as well, if you take a look at the UI, we actually have a genuine UI meter to indicate the charge now. Typically you've paid attention to Wyvern Fire recharge just by looking at the glowing end of your gun lance, but we now have that meter there, which is a very clear visual indicator. And as you can see, you perform the swing up and then the slam down, and in doing so, that is a hefty chunk of the cooldown completely and utterly recharged. Also pretty cool knowing that you can of course go from the Wirebug launch into the sky and slam down and go straight into the full burst attack, which again is going to be another nice kind of combo path for that playstyle. That's honestly my favourite playstyle. I know there's different ways to use the Gunlance. I've always personally preferred the normal Gunlance playstyle. I kind of go with that sort of wide sweeping combo into the full burst attack and of course keep that going. That's my preferred way to use the Gunlance, but either way, knowing that you have that, it's going to make getting Wyvern Fire out that much easier. And of course, again, pairing that with the fact that you can now, get Wyvern Fire out much more securely, I can see this being used considerably more in Rise. However, if we jump over to the second one, we have God Edge. Now, God Edge is a Silkbind attack that takes incoming attacks and restores your weapon's sharpness, making it ready for retaliation. So this is incredibly useful because again, if you guys are Gunlance players, you will know that using your explosions, using your shelling attacks, using things like full burst especially, typically rips through your sharpness. So you can see the situation, upon activating it, you then take an attack and you can see that the sharpness boosts up ever so slightly. Doesn't appear to be a huge chunk, but then again, there was only a small chunk sort of depleted beforehand. So it'll be interesting to see just how much this increases if you're much further down the sharpness meter. But regardless, having a means to basically just firm an attack, boost up your sharpness and then go straight from there and follow up into like a counter attack is going to be incredibly potent. So, some pretty cool moves there for the Gunlance. Again, I'm sure there's lots more nuance to it once we get to go hands-on with the demo. I cannot wait to see what else there is in store for us, but for the time being, that is your lot. So again, as a reminder, this is the upcoming schedule. These are the remaining weapons we have to look forward to. So keep it locked on the channel. We'll be speaking about Insect Glaive shortly, and of course we'll then have the remaining weapon videos over the coming days. Keep in mind, we don't know yet whether Capcom will post the other ones on the weekend or whether we'll have to wait until Monday and Tuesday. So if there's no videos tomorrow, check back Monday for the last 4. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed that video. Don't forget, if you haven't already done so, you can join the Arekkz Gaming Discord. We've got an awesome community over there with so many different channels for you to chat loads of different topics and different games. I'm in there, the team's in there. If you guys want to chat with us, find people to play with, it's just in general a great place to be. And of course, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to turn on those notifications so you don't miss any of our future uploads.